It's a common thing we do. We were taught to do it. Frankly, we see it everywhere. We see it in the news. We see it with politicians. We see it with our parents. We see it everywhere. So we accept it as a way of life. That's part of it. The thing about it is it doesn't work. And when I say it doesn't work to create the kind of relationship where two people understand each other, two people are loving of each other, and you actually can get more of what you want. You wind up actually with criticism and judgment, you wind up usually not getting what you want. The person who's being criticized wants to move away from you. They don't want to get closer to you. So they get more resistant. Well, I'll break it down to two things because we'll do if somebody's criticizing you and if you want to criticize others. So if somebody's criticizing you, you got to remember we don't know why they're doing that. They have a reason. They haven't told us the reason. We know what they're criticizing us about. You didn't hand in the report on time. Then they call you lazy. Or we know what they're saying, but we don't know why they're talking to us this way. So we can go in like a curious Martian. Martian comes to the Earth and says, I don't know what an Earthling is. I wonder what they do. I wonder how they talk. I wonder why they say what they say. So if someone's criticizing you and maybe even getting angry with you, instead of going into the mode of, how dare they, or are you getting angry? Wow, I wonder why they're doing that. I'd love to understand this. I mean, I'm really a curious Martian. I wonder why they're saying this to me in this way. Now, if you have that attitude, you can approach somebody. I would say that would be step number one. The other thing about it is if you have that, you don't take it on for yourself. If the other person is criticizing you, it does not mean there's something wrong with you. It does not mean you're not okay. What it means is they're thinking this. And so in that moment, if you can remember, this is not about you right now. This is about them. They're thinking something about you. Just like I said before, if someone is listening and thinking, that woman should really dye her hair, she really looks awful, then you think, okay, that's what they're thinking. I like the way this looks. Great. They can do that. And they can even say it to me. That's fine. I can understand them and maybe ask them a question why they think that. So that would be step number one. The reverse, you want to criticize somebody else. First thing is check in with yourself. The moment you want to criticize somebody or get angry with someone, you know how it feels. You get churned up, you get really tight inside. Take a breath, say, okay, why am I doing this? And then think, I'd love to understand this person. Give you an example. So for instance, I can't tell you how common this story is. I don't care if it's the garage or the garbage or what. Your partner says they're going to do the chores on Saturday morning, and they don't. So week after week after week, they don't do it. And then you get angry, and you blow up. And the more you blow up, the more they don't do it. So then you decide one day, I'm going to understand them. I'm not going to blow up this time. I'm not going to criticize them. I'm not going to judge them. I wonder why he's doing that. I wonder why week after week he says he's going to do it and then he doesn't do it. I'm a curious Martian. I have no idea. I could make up ideas, but then I'd just get myself angry. So what if I just went in and I wonder why he's doing that. Now, one thing you got to know about this is if you get peaceful and you use the idea that you want to understand the other person and you're comfortable, you can ask for what you want and you're more likely to get it. Because if you're comfortable and you're peaceful and you're not judging the person, they don't feel like they're being attacked. With that said, there's no guarantee you're going to get it. It could be they're going to say, I'm still not going to do it. So then you got the choice. I can yell and try to go for what I want. Maybe sometimes get it, but most of the time not. Or I could be peaceful and approach it with, I'm going to try to understand what's going on and ask them a simple question from a very easy, accepting place. I might get it, I might not. Which is more valuable to me? Is it more valuable for me to yell and scream and be critical? Or is it more valuable for me to be loving and accepting? And that's the choice we all make. There's no right and wrong in this answer, by the way. I've done dialogues with people and they come away and they decide it's still to their benefit to be angry. And I've done dialogues with people, most people, who say the cost is too great. Me and my relationship, we don't get closer ever. We get further apart. I want to get closer. So they choose the more understanding, more accepting place because that's more valuable. But we get to decide which is more valuable for us.
And then I guess at the end of the day, what you think about is that if you don't get what you want, that's still just a stimulus, right?
Beautiful. That's right. That's just the stimulus. Exactly. And what we teach at the Option Institute, which is opposite than what most of the world is doing, is that when we don't get what we want, we can still feel good. Our happiness is not attached to getting what we want, which enables us to go for what we want even more because our happiness is not attached to getting.